Okay, guys, we are experiencing a time dilation event. So this video was posted on EW Bodycam 5 days ago. Here we go.
Facility, and we are experiencing this now. I know it sounds weird, strange, but it's true.
They don't share your same thoughts.
I didn't even think about that.
Well, you better think about it right now because you're this close to being handcuffs back on, bud. The IDs, they're saying that they're all fake.
What if I did get clearance?
That's probably not going to happen, though.
There's more to it.
A man makes it past the gate at one of the U.S. government's most highly protected properties, Area 51. While investigating the man's bizarre claims, the responding deputy will be invited behind closed doors into an area the public never gets to see.
Okay, can I run up there and make a phone call?
The following report is based on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before until now. In the middle of the night on January 21st, 2000.
Okay, so you guys can go and watch this video. I'm gonna post it down in the description. But imagine or think of where he said that it says right here, this footage has never been seen before until now. I have a theory. What if this footage was seen? What if this footage was seen months ago and that we're experiencing some sort of time dilation? What if this guy saw on the internet this video a couple weeks or a couple months before it was posted to the internet, which sounds crazy, but you know how the algorithm gives you suggested videos? Imagine if he saw this video months before this actually occurred in January of this year, 2026. What if he saw this video back in December and he said, holy crap, I have to drive out to Area 51 to see what this is all about? Like, to make this real. Because if I already saw this video, then maybe I have to carry it out and go out there and see for myself to make this video occur so I can go back and see the video back in December. You understand what I'm saying? So, in the beginning, watch
This is
this.
part of a time dilation facility, and we are experiencing this now.
Okay, now he sounds crazy when he says this, but let's look at this in a scientific way. Okay, so I asked AI, what is time dilation? It says time dilation is a physics phenomenon where time passes more slowly for a moving object or within a strong gravitational field compared to a stationary observer. Rooted in Einstein's theory of relativity, it means that faster moving or high gravity causes time to tick slower. Velocity dilation, special relativity, the closer an object travels to the speed of light, the slower time passes for it relative to a stationary observer. For example, a clock on a fast-moving spaceship ticks slower than one on Earth. So, how do we measure time? Well, we measure time using a calendar and a clock, and we have sundials, right? So our measurement based off of what time it is based off of the calendar, and the calendar is based off of the movement of celestial bodies. So time, our calendar, is based off of how fast the sun travels and how fast we travel in respective to the sun and space, all of space, right? So that's why they're called months, because a month is based off the lunar cycles of the moon, like women, the time of the month, the moon is moon, and a moon lunar cycle is, I believe, let me calculate this, 28 days, right? So let's go 365 divided by 13. Yes, 28 days. So there is 28 days for the lunar cycle of the moon in 1 month. So when you look at the month of February, it has 28 days, right? It's because February is a real month. There's 28 days in February. In fact, there's 28 days in every month. They tell you, oh, well, this month has 30 days and this month has 31 days. That's because our calendar's wrong. Okay? There's 28 days in a month, and there is 13 months in a year. And you could prove this because you have October, Oct, which is 8, not the 10th month. October is the 8th month. November, 9. December, Deca is 10, which is December, the 10th month. The 11th month, which is January. 12th month, February. 13th month, March. And then April Fool's is the first day of the new year. 28-day months, 13-month calendars. And this is all based off of how fast the moon's moving through the sky, how fast the sun's moving through the sky, and that's time. That's how we measure time in our 24-hour days in a clock, right? So if you're driving, if you're moving from west to east or whatever, and you go through what's called time zones, you roll back your clock. You change the clock based off of the time zone you're in, based off of how fast you're moving through space, correct? Okay, so uh, nowadays, instead of like changing your watch, your phone does it automatically when you go to your phone settings and you set in your phone settings to set the time zone change automatically. So when you hop on an airplane and you fly um, half the speed of sound to Las Vegas and you just flew through 3 hours of time zone, your clock automatically changes the time. So when you're talking about time dilation, that means that time is stationary. You're no longer traveling through space. You're stationary. So you're not observing time the same that everyone else is because you're not moving as fast as everyone else is, right? Based off of the AI, there's a formula for it. And this all sounds crazy. Like, you can't bend space or time. Well, what if they're already bending space and time? You have what's called the Mandela effect, right? We have the CERN particle accelerator, which is essentially just speeding up mass, moving mass to change pretty much gravity, to change the speed at which the sun and moon moves through the sky, and the speed at which the earth moves by changing gravity, right? And we all know it's not really gravity, it's electromagnetism, because everything, all of our cardinal directions and where we are on the earth is based off of the north and south poles, which are constantly moving, right? They say the earth's rotating, they're constantly moving. So if retrospective points are constantly moving and the sun's moving and our calendar is based off of where the sun is in the sky, and everything's moving, then technically we can travel through time and have time dilation and all these things based off of uh, the movement of bodies and where they are respective to one another. You know, if if your clock says it's 2 in the afternoon and you look outside and it's pitch black out, it's probably because the sun hasn't come up yet and things are changing. Things are moving differently, and they're like, "Oh, climate change," you know. But technically, um, it's just the sun and things are just changing directions, which is changing weather. So technically, uh, yeah, we climate change is real, but it's not caused by cow farts and gas and driving your car. It's more based off of the movement of celestial bodies, like I said, the moon, the month, and you can go off the calendar, the 28-day cycles, and women and how they go through things. So I looked at the phone. So if you go back, I really encourage you to watch this video. I'm going to try to make this video as short as possible and explain it to you as simple as possible, the way I understand it and my research. But what occurs in this video as they're talking to this guy sounds crazy. Maybe this is some Mandela effect or something that we haven't experienced yet, or it will be in the future. But what occurs in this video is really remarkable. So this this officer, and notice how they're all wearing masks and how different things are now. They all got to wear masks, hide their ID, whatever. But notice how this officer, he's trying to talk to a supervisor, and get a phone call to figure out if they should release this guy, if they should arrest this guy, what he should do. The guy said, "Oh, it's my birthday tomorrow, please." He's like, "Here's a birthday present. I'm going to just write you a citation, send you on your way, but I need to know that you're not going to come back here again. And I need to see if your IDs are real, because he had apparently a NASA ID, and he's been to a military base before. And watch this video and look at the body cam. It says 121 of 2026, right? So what happens in this video is the officer is lost cell phone signal. So he has to drive back to inside deep, an hour deep in, or a mile deep in Area 51, to use a landline phone with a cord, because he doesn't have cell phone signal to make a phone call. It's not going through. Now, this is crazy. So the reason why that occurs most likely is because that's proof evidence of a time dilation event, right? Because your cell phone, even when you're connected to a router, the internet, your phone automatically keeps track of time. It has a synchronizer in it, or whatever it's called. And when your phone loses sync of time, it also loses, it'll have connection to the Wi-Fi router, but it loses connection to service to the Wi-Fi router. And I could prove this because if you change the date and time settings on your computer while watching the stock market, it'll show you what a few hours or yesterday's stock uh, prices are, because the date and time is incorrect. So you have to fix the date and time for it to connect properly, to synchronize to the network, for it to show you what the current stock and crypto prices are. Ain't that crazy? So if this officer lost cell service and he had to drive back to the station to use a landline, a wired phone, to talk to his supervisor, probably that's because, just like this crazy psycho said, they're going through a time dilation event when this video occurred, when their body cams are recording, because the officer lost service on his phone, which is what that is. So, and I said right here, so I asked the AI, why is my phone clock off? Your phone clock is off because automatic date and time is disabled, which could be on his phone. The wrong time zone is selected. Like I said, it changes as you're moving through space. The time changes, just like the sun moving through the sky. Or a weak network connection, which is possible. They're out in the desert. Maybe he lost service. Which is preventing synchronization to the date and time on his phone. Other include software bugs, travel across time zones, low battery power, or maybe cyber attack. You know. So then I'm gonna try to cut this video here. I'm talking too much. Sorry, guys. But right here we have news of what's going to occur in August. Gravity. You know, they said, oh, we're going to lose gravity for 7 seconds. The Earth's magnetic field's going to lose its magneticity. August, uh, in August of this year, August 12th, which is apparently August 12th is my brother's birthday. We're going to lose gravity on the Earth for 7 seconds on my brother's birthday. And it was this guy's birthday, you know, in this video that was recorded here and now. Watch this video, guys. You might learn something. But let me tell you, it says, claims the Earth will lose gravity for 7 seconds on August 12th this year due to a Project Anchor. It says the events are false, social media hoax, this and that. But what if? What if it's not a hoax? What if this is all real? What if you're watching this video because the AI suggested it to you, because this is real? What I'm talking to you is real, okay? If you understand what I'm telling you. You know? And it says right here, this is what I was getting at. The real event, a total solar eclipse, is occurring on August 12th of 2026. Oh, what a coincidence, huh? Which is likely the source of the rumor. Really? Remember how I said how this applies to time, right? Time dilation, movement of celestial objects, our calendar being off, your clock being off on your phone, your things being off, the seasons being off. It feels like summer already, 120 degrees in the middle of spring in the desert. Is any of this making sense to you guys? Because it's making sense to me. It says conclusion. There's no scientific evidence. Well, I proved the AI wrong in this video right here. go back and look at these tabs that I have open, read this stuff. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying, and more importantly, watch this video. Hope you guys had a good day. Adios.